Hello, everybody. This is Coach Kenneth, and I haven't really gone live in a very long time on YouTube, but I will be going live a lot more often, as well as uploading a lot more very informative videos. So, right now, what I'm going to talk about is the power of diet. I do a lot of more Facebook and TikTok than anything else. But what I see is I see a lot of people, young people, uh, hopping on this fad, which is called the carnivore diet. Now, there's a lot of talks about the carnivore diet, a lot of people who are for the carnivore diet, people who are against the carnivore diet. And my purpose of this live presentation is just to kind of share the pros and the cons about the carnivore diet and give you information if that's something that you want to pursue yourself personally, or maybe you're already doing the carnivore diet and this might just shed more light on the long-term prospects of having simply that type of diet. Now, the pros about the carnivore diet is this: that once you start a diet, if you ate a lot of processed foods, if you're currently eating a lot of processed foods, and if you're on any type of medication, high blood pressure medication, diabetic, whatever the case is, when you first start doing this carnivore diet, you will notice some positive results. You might have issues with weight. You'll start to lose some weight. Your blood pressure may start to stabilize. You may no longer be type 2 diabetic. So you will notice some positive changes inside the body because what you are doing, you're eliminating all of the processed meat, all the processed foods. And by eliminating those foods, you're doing pretty much a detox and a cleanse. So initially, for the first couple of months, maybe even the first couple of years, you will notice some positive changes inside the body. Those are the pros, and it's you can get very, very excited about doing that, and it sounds good, and you're feeling great, and you're looking good. So those are the pros about the carnivore diet. Now, for the long-term detrimental aspects of that diet, and everybody's different, your body needs certain minerals and certain nutrients. And the most important nutrients, the most important two nutrients that your body needs is oxygen and water. And you can only get these nutrients from a whole food plant based source. So the carnivore diet doesn't provide this, not in excess, right? When you're doing the carnivore diet, you will have some oxygen in the tissues, but not enough to sustain your life over a long period of time. So what happens is, as time progresses, your body starts to suffer. Your cells start to suffer. And as a result, you start to come down or start feeling chronic aches and pains. You might have issues thinking clearly. Things start to happen. You might have some skin issues. You might start to become constipated because your body needs oxygen and it needs water. And science has proven time and time again that by consuming, especially a primarily meat based diet, what happens is your cells start to age very, very quickly due to oxidative stress and inflammation, primarily due to a lack of oxygen and water. So meat pretty much ages you biologically a lot faster. Now, how you can reverse that, how you can stop that, is by pretty much eating a whole food plant-based diet. Now, a whole food plant-based diet is packed with oxygen and packed with water, and that's the only diet that you can consume to get oxygen and water. And what that does, it feeds your cells. It oxygenates your cells and it keeps you hydrated down not only to a cellular level, but also at an atomic level. So over a long period of time, again, science has shown that by adopting a whole food plant-based diet, your body biologically, your cells biologically age very, very slowly. And in some instances, or many instances, the aging is reversed or retarded. So that's why, an example, if you did some lab work, right? If you had an identical twin, right? Just say you had a identical you, sister or brother, and you were born at exactly the same time and exactly the same day, and one person adopted a plant-based diet, whole food, not cooked, whole food plant-based diet. Another person adopted just a meat-based diet, and 10 years went by, and they did lab work. In that lab work, they'll literally be able to see that even though you are both 25 years young, right? 25 years young, born the same day, the same time, totally identical, your cells on a biological level, if you had a meat-based diet primarily, would be 10 to 15 years older than your birth date, than your actual chronological age. And if you had a plant-based diet, it could be about 10 to 15 years younger than your birth date. So you will be a person age 25 with your organs and your tissues and your cells 10 to 15 years older than your actual birth date. Or if you have a plant-based diet, 10 to 15 years younger than your birth date. Though you're twins, except biologically, one is older by 10 up to 15 years than their than their twin. So I just want to share that a little bit and talk about the benefits of having a plant-based diet, a whole food plant-based diet. Now, I'm not saying go vegan or go whole food plant-based 100%, but I just want to share with you the pros about the carnivore diet and the detrimental long-term effects with the carnivore diet. And the only diet that's been proven by science to be the best diet beneficially for long-term existence on this planet. So in order to feel good and look good inside your own body for a long term, a whole food plant-based diet, which is packed with oxygen and packed with water, has been shown and proven by science to be the best overall. Now that's even better than the Mediterranean diet, right? Mediterranean diet has benefits also, but for long term. And your cells determine your life. So the health of your cells make all the difference. So if you're on a carnivore diet and you're getting great benefits, that's fantastic. However, keep in mind the long-term considerations of how that's going to affect you 10 years, 15 years down the road. And be cognizant of what's happening inside your body. Now, everybody's different. Some experience a lot faster than that. There's a lot of people right now, a lot of influencers who've been doing the carnivore diet for a period of time, several years, who are now walking away from the carnivore diet because they are experiencing strokes, chronic aches and pains, right? Things inside the body start to change as a result of being on this diet. So they're walking away from it and they're sharing their own testimonies. You can find that on YouTube. So by adding more fruits and vegetables into your diet, you can live an overall healthier lifestyle, feel healthier, look better, and also reverse high blood pressure, reverse type 2 diabetes, right? Don't have to worry about having any strokes because the foods you're eating now are packed with oxygen and water. They're both oxygen and water-rich diets. And strokes are only caused, or mostly caused by a lack of oxygen or a lack of blood flow to the brain, which is also caused by one huge cause is caused by the diet that the person eats. It was mainly meats, meat byproducts, dairy, eggs, things of that nature. And these foods, again, lack oxygen and lack water. So you want to be healthier? Go to the plants. And think about this. On this planet, what lives longer, pop quiz, what lives longer than any other thing that exists? You got plants on one hand, you got animals on one hand. Plants live longer than anything else on the planet. There's a fig tree right now that's over 2,000 years old that still produces figs. There's a system of roots beneath the earth that's about 9,000 years old. The longest living animal is outside the eternal jellyfish, which has been, quote unquote, said to be able to regenerate itself over and over again, so it lives eternally. That's the name, eternal jellyfish. But you have animals live for 400 years, 500 years. There's sharks that live up to 500 years. So you have animals that live a long, long period of time, but plants live longer than anything else on the planet. And if you are what you eat, if you take on the characteristics of the things that you eat, and what science has shown that by having a plant-based diet, you live longer overall than a person who has a primarily meat-based diet, because of the two major components, which is oxygen and water. That's what your body needs. That's what your kidneys need. That's what your brain needs, your heart needs. Every cell in your body needs oxygen and water. And if you're having a diet that lacks these two components, you're going to suffer eventually in the long term. So add more fruits and vegetables to your diet. If you're on the carnivore diet, keep that in mind. And if you ever start experiencing any of these things that I mentioned before, think about what I shared here on this live presentation, and you might want to make a switch. But with that said, I want to thank you all for watching. I'll be going live a lot more. I do a lot more live on Facebook, on TikTok. I have quite a few followers on Facebook. And it's been great. I'll talk to you again. Have a blessed night.